It's super cool. How about family and friends support at the idea of being a tattoo artist? Were they pro, con, mix? What was that
I
like?
have a I have a mix of both. My
Mm-hmm.
mom and my husband and my kids are super very supportive. They think their mom is pretty cool, actually, for wanting to be a tattoo artist, and they think it's pretty
Nice.
cool. In this interview, my 12-year-old son, I told him, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, mom, that makes you so cool!" And I was like,
Mm,
"Thank you." My other half of the family, though, like my dad and my grandpa, they're pastors, so they don't really
mm-hmm.
see like, what I'm doing, like what I'm up to. They don't really like that I'm tattooing on myself. But I'm like, well, like this is what I want to do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm like, so jump on the bandwagon or jump off because it ain't going nowhere else.
Nice. Right, 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 right. Super cool.
Yeah.
When we started this 12 years ago, part of our desire was to try to manifest a world where, when a young person brings up they want to become a tattoo artist, like at a holiday dinner, you know,
Yeah.
the reaction would be like, oh, well, your cousin Danetta's doing that. And then she's doing really well, actually. You should look into that. And over a decade ago, that was even way less likely. Now it's
Right.
starting, to become, a thing as the acceptance and the income and all these things. Like culture and society as a whole are seeing it. But we do still have a ways to go.
Yes.
We do still have a ways to go. So thank you for putting up the good fight, and looking
Yes.
to
Absolutely.
get the kind of results that then everybody could go like, well, I don't really understand it, but I think she just bought a house, so I guess it's okay. Like those
Right.
we want those same kinds of life experiences, for people in tattooing to be able to have same as anybody in any other profession, and it's all right there. It's just a lot of people don't know it's right there,
Right.
because they're not really inside it. I mean, I remember when I was learning the business, working the front desk in Jersey City, it seems like, lifetimes ago, people would come in and it would all be about haggling, over the price of a tattoo. And now we live in a world where, thank goodness, people are bragging about how much they paid and who they got it from. Like more of
Right.
that than I've ever seen. And I'm just like, oh, cool. That's such a nice transformation. So, so nice. For your son, right? And I think about this often. Like, what would you tell young people, like people under 18? Like if they were like, oh, I think I want to be a tattoo artist when I grow up. What kinds of things would you tell them to do or think about or pay attention to?
A lot of artwork, I would tell them to start with that. Like, like basically if you can draw, like you can do it. Not that you if you can't draw, you can't do it. But it's just like a better step ahead, like to practice drawing now, to know like what you want to get into, what styles you like, things like that. Like where are you gonna go to school at? Like I'd probably give them like your guys' information, like this is a really good school when you get there.
And and from what you were saying earlier, it sounds like you would tell them like, okay, take every art class you can along the way,
Right.
right?
Yes,
Like
yes.
absorb it, because that's what I hear you saying is, as much art as possible. Because if you can nail those, then you can transfer it. And yeah, that's definitely what we see. And over the last bunch of years, it's been interesting to see a lot of people who have MFAs, like fine art degrees, and BFAs.
Right.
Turn around and go, I just got into massive debt to get this degree, and now I can't really do anything with it. Actually, if I become a tattoo artist, I can do something with it. And
Exactly.
look at the realism work that's being done, the color realism. It's just like blows your mind. You know,
Yeah.
it's so 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 exciting. But you do, yeah, you got to have plenty of art. And then I like as well how you are exemplifying the courage that it takes to go, that's what I'm gonna do. Insert family member, friend, relative, relationship. Yeah, You know, that's something. That's something. What about like the future of the tattoo industry? What do you think about in reference to like artificial intelligence or any of these like new technologies? How do you see that impacting us?
I hope it doesn't impact us very much because this is kind of like an artist and a person, like your customer, you know, this it's kind of like a one-on-one thing. Like I'd hate for like that to come in and like try to be able to tattoo on a person. Like I don't know that I would trust
Mm-hmm.
that. Like I'd rather have a
Mm-hmm.
person machine, you know, tattoo me, but
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Like, would you let a robot tattoo your ribs
no,
or your feet?
no.
Right. Wherever there's a lot of bone.
Yeah, no, thank
Mhm.
you. I wouldn't risk it because I mean, like, there's too many variables there for it to like mess up. Even though there's a person there, you know, they've been like trained to do that. So I'd rather trust a person than a machine. So I hope it does not impact us at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have I mean I'm wearing long sleeves because it's cold out, but I have tattoos that go right up in my under my arm here. And I mean, you know, I don't ever figure there'll be a way for me to give birth as a person born into a male body, but that's probably the closest I could ever experience to what I would think would be the pain of that. And if I couldn't talk to somebody while going through the pain, like I don't know what I would do. You know, I don't
Right?
know if I could, you know, even if it was like, hey, we're gonna test this out on you, you're gonna get $1,000 tattoo for 10 cents. I don't even think I could justify it. You know, like how
Mhm.
long it takes and how painful it is if there's not like a human, like somebody I could talk to and tell to slow down or ask for some more numbing cream or something.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's been a big topic of conversation over here, you know, for sure. Because we see AI, you know, in everything. And when you submitted your artwork, what kind of artwork did you submit in order to get access to the apprenticeship? What kind of pieces
Um,
of art?
I sent in the tattoos that I have done on myself.
Mm, gotcha. Uh-huh. And so then the training team said, okay, we can tell that she's really serious. Was it just the tattoos that you
Right.
did on yourself and nothing else?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a rare occasion then. They must have really, really stood out, you know? Because usually they'll ask for a little bit more, but these days, I think what we're seeing is we're seeing a lot of people more than ever are buying machines, right? And then are tattooing
Mhm.
themselves or, you know, or tattooing practice skins. And they're really, you know, they're like, okay, I want to do this. This is evidence of the fact that I want to do this. The one thing that we don't accept on the review side is just digital artwork. And
Oh,
I think
right.
of that because of artificial intelligence. We don't know, you know,
Right.
if somebody did it. But if you tattooed your leg, pretty sure that was you know, and not anyone
Yeah.
else. So where do you see yourself the next like 2 to 4 years as a tattoo artist? And then as your career, where do you want to be?
Hopefully in a shop of my own, fingers crossed, and
Yep.
having like a steady business with different people from different places. Um, you know, enjoying myself.
Cool. With your own studio, sounds like a little bit of a boutique kind of feel, right?
Yeah,
And it sounds like doing more of like an appointments based kind of thing versus a street shop where somebody just walks in. You kind of want to curate the one on one and plan it out, it sounds like.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'd still take walk-ins too, but like mostly appointments. I feel like.
Cool. Cool. Well, very cool. Well, we want to help you get there. You're doing amazing. You're
Thank
flying
you.
through the program, which is outstanding. And now you're on machine mastery. It sounds like you're already familiar with the masked archers. So
Yes.
I don't know. I guess I'll set a stopwatch for when you finish that, you know.
Okay.
And we'll plan to see you at the location in Chicago, Wicker Park, I guess sooner than anybody thought, which is super cool.
Yeah, I hope so.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you for the time. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Happy tattooing.
Thank you.